god, guys. I swear, I stopped reporting on Rise of the Beast News for one day, and something huge happens on set. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. Yes, new Autobots. I was right. People were saying, oh, if these are all the Autobots we're gonna see, that's kind of disappointing. Well, I told you, we're gonna see more Autobots. Just because, you know, we don't see it at the beginning doesn't mean they can appear later in the film, or they can appear by a CGI. Kind of like Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon, and, you know, plenty of other Transformers movies. Now, we have a lot to talk about, and I'm not even gonna be able to cover everything new in this video. In this video, I'm solely gonna talk about the new Autobots, and in tomorrow's video, I'm gonna talk about Mirage and Scourge, because those two have a whole separate thing. That's very interesting. They just recently got revealed. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but you know, whoa. Okay. First of all, yeah, you as you're seeing right now in the images, new Autobots. There's a chase scene that people managed to capture where we see what it appears to be some new characters, some new vehicle modes. Now, at the beginning, people were speculating that these might be just vehicles that the human characters used to get around. Kind of like how in Age of Extinction, when Shane, Kate, and all those humans used that, you know, one, I think it was a truck to score the seed before they lost it. If you take a closer look at this, all of these guys are rolling together. They're on a chase scene right now. They're going at like, I wouldn't say high speed, you know, they're going at a high-ish speed. They're all like pursuing Scourge from what I can see from this video. And you can even see Mirage Tokyo drifting, which is really cool. Also, there's someone in the TF 2005 website who also provided a couple of new images. His post is in Spanish, but luckily I can translate. And basically what he says is that, you know, they're filming over there in like the plaza, and while they were there, they managed to spot a group of moto taxis. Now, if you've been on my channel, I talked about what moto taxis are when I cover how the Peruvian Transformers fans were, you know, preparing for the movie. They're basically this moto transport that is like used in Peru. It's just like it's just like a motorcycle that also works the taxi. And he reports that he has seen a variety of these ones be have the Autobot insignia. They have like the G1 Autobot insignia. At the beginning, I was thinking, these guys are probably just here because, you know, it was probably made for the fans, or it's probably made by the local businesses to like try and, you know, cash in on the whole, you know, movie filming and attract customers, which I was thinking at the beginning. But there's two of each. There's two blue you know, moto taxis, and there's two red ones. I don't think we see the other one here, at least not very clearly. The user also reported that the drivers were actually using the bracelet for the filming. Basically, the crew of the film had like these bracelets so you can help identify them, like who's who, like who's part of the crew. And these guys have them, and they drive these vehicles. So people are speculating that these also might be Autobots. I'm gonna have to say probably not, just because I don't see, you know, these Autobots just having like the colorful insignia over there. Like that has never happened before. Now I'm thinking, well, I think if anything, these guys are just here for get the crew to move around the city. Maybe if, like, let's say Jeremy from the Rise of the Beast said wants to go from point A to point B. These moto taxis are here for exclusive transport. They're basically, you know, private for their use only, as opposed to just buying a regular taxi. They already have one at their disposal, which I feel it's more likely. But the whole insignia here has started a huge debate in the TFW 2005 website, where people are speculating and rage debating of what kind of insignias they're gonna use, like if the G1 insignia is better than the Michael Bay insignias and all that. And I take back everything nice I said in my Star Saver video. Link to it's gonna be in the description down below if you want more context about that. If we see these guys be on set, confirm Autobots. But for now, I had to say I don't think they're gonna be Autobots. I mean, they could still be Autobots, but I just don't think so. Now, we also have some images of like the cars that we're using to chase scene. As you guys can see here, user Josh Shoot WTF like took a bunch of photos. And what's interesting is that we got the van. Now, I talked about this van a long time ago. We actually saw this van be transported alongside Scourge and Optimus Prime. Now, the band here feels very out of place. Some people are speculating that this might just be, you know, a vehicle that they used to transport like the humans, or it might even be a vehicle that the production uses to help with the filming to move stuff around. But I still think it's very weird that they will transport this vehicle alongside Optimus and Scourge, like he's a main character, a transformer. Not saying he's gonna be important if he's a Terrorcon, which I feel like he's more of a bad guy. He just gives me the bad guy vibes, and we don't see him in that chase scene with Optimus Prime and Scourge. So if anything, he'll probably be another Terrorcon, if he ends up being a character. That's just my guess. I'm trying not to make that mistake that we did a lot during the last night in Age of Extinction, where we assumed that every car we see was a Transformer. This one is more in the ballpark of, I'm not sure, it could be, but there's not enough, strong evidence to prove that. I personally don't think that the motor taxis are Transformers, but I do think that this could be a Transformer. Primarily a Terrorcon, because we haven't seen many of those. Now, I put this off long enough. Let's talk about that chasing. Because, oh my god, so during this chase scene, we see a red car, we see Optimus Prime, we see what it looks to be a red Beetle, much like G1 Cliffjumper. We see another blue car, then we see another motorcycle, and by the way, the motorcycle is not RC. And you guys can see here, this motorcycle has white and red, like more white and less red. And also here, if you take a look at RC's motorcycle mode, it's completely different. It's a different model. So these two are completely different. They're not the same. Now, luckily we have another angle, and here you can see the Blue Beetle. Now, this is not the first time we've seen this car. We've seen this in the New York filming. And well, I know it's the Canadian filming, but the scene that takes place in New York. We've seen this Beetle in there before. So it makes no sense for this to be some random, vehicle that the humans are so attached to that it makes it all the way to Peru. No, I don't think that's the case. I think this is an Autobot. I think it's confirmed to be an Autobot, because you just don't go from one side of the planet to another side of the planet and don't have some kind of relevance or significance. Now, at the beginning, I was speculating that this might be Mirage, because we do know Mirage has multiple vehicle modes. There's just a problem with that. If you take a look at the chase scene again, you can see Mirage following the Autobots as they're chasing Scourge. He does that Tokyo Drift. So, unless Mirage can be at two places at the same time, no, that's not Mirage. So the Blue Beetle is someone. Who is it gonna be? No idea. Some people are speculating that the red, little beetle, the red car, could be Cliffjumper. And Cliffjumper did die in the BB movie. But if they do end up making this a reboot, and if they do end up retconning the events of the BB movie, which I kind of hope they don't, that's the only way I can see Cliffjumper coming back. If not, there's a completely new character. Some people are speculating it's Autobot Burnout, which I guess that's the next best thing. But it's gonna be a bit sad for Cliffjumper fans if it just doesn't turn out to be Cliffjumper. We also see, this blue car and the motorcycle again, and then Mirage, of course, freaking Tokyo drifts, and that's pretty cool. So overall, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 new Autobots. There's also another car in front of Scourge and another motorcycle, but I think those are just from the production to help direct Scourge. Or they could even be Terrorcons that are being chased and they're trying to get away from the Autobots. Yeah, this scene is very weird, because it definitely does look like the Autobots are in pursuit. Mirage is following after them. Something very interesting is that there's also no signs of our other Terrorcons, the Orange Tow Truck, Nightbird, or the Autobots either, except for Optimus and Mirage. Now, Mirage is getting a lot of spotlight so far in this movie, and I'm all for it because I'm a bit tired of Bumblebee. So I'm glad that someone else is taking the reins as the Kid Appeal character for this movie. Some people are against it, but hey, you're still getting Bumblebee, and we're getting more characterization on someone that isn't Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, so I'm happy for it. Going back to what I mentioned, the band was also seen rolling alongside Scourge, the tow truck, and Optimus Prime. So that's why I keep thinking that this guy is important. This guy is someone. I still find it weird how when he was first escorted to Peru, he wasn't hidden. There was no attempt to conceal him on Optimus Prime, Scourge, and all the other Autobots. But the way they're parading this huge armored band around just leads me to believe that he's gonna be a character. I don't know, guys, it's very weird. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that this guy's gonna be a character. If he's gonna be anyone, I think he'll probably be Double Dealer. That's my speculation right now. That's who I'm going with. Or it could just be someone new. Like, it's very hard to tell with these guys. Now, going back to the Autobot chase scene, I know I'm a bit all over the place, but in my defense, I just woke up. Yeah, I mean, the Autobots are chasing this guy, and I wanna say that some of the cars here look a bit generic. Like, the blue and red car, you know, look mostly the same. The only ones that stand out would be, you know, the blue Beetle, the small red car, and the motorcycle. And we don't really have a really good look at the ones in the front. They could be generic Terrorcons for Scourge's Terrorcon army, or like they could even be just, you know, cars that the production's using to like guide the stone drivers, to guide the vehicles to like where they need them to go. I don't know, like this part is very weird. Like, they're definitely filming, because this is supposed to be a chasing. Mirage is chasing after them, and Optimus and the Autobots are going almost at full speed. I said almost because like the streets of Peru are not exactly designed for like chases. But if anything, I think at least some of these guys are just generic Autobots. Like, I feel like the blue car and the red car are gonna be like the Autobot soldiers from the Cybertron scene on the movie. They're just there to fill in, you know, space and act as cannon fodder. While I do think that the Beetle, even the red car, like the small red car, is gonna be someone. I feel like some of those are way too specific vehicles to decide to get. So, yeah. New Autobots are on set. For those of you who were like, why are there 5 Autobots if at the end of the BB movie we saw like 9 meteors come down? Well, here they are. Looks like my theory was right, that I said that I think Optimus is gonna call the Autobots to Peru because they're scattered around the world, and you know, Wheeljack and RC are some of those Autobots that answer the call. And it looks like they're not the only ones. More Autobots answer the call. Now, I can't say that all of these guys are Autobots. I feel like some of these guys are also Terrorcons, much like the armored van. But hey, I'm really like hyped that we're getting more Transformers. I'm granted they're probably not gonna play a huge role except like act as backup for the final fight, which I'm all for, honestly. I don't really mind that much. I don't mind if the rest of the movie is used to like focus on a specific cast, while when in the finale of the movie we get more Autobots that just act as reinforcements or backup. I'm actually not against that. I think a lot of people are gonna be a bit upset about that, but personally, for me it's completely fine. No problems for me. But yeah, guys, those are our new Autobot reinforcements and possible Terrorcon sightings. Things on the set are heating up once again. And I feel like every time I say that, like, it just heats up even more, and then we got more to talk about. Tomorrow, if we don't get anything new, I'm gonna do a video talking about Mirage and Scourge, because we have some new info about them, and I feel like they both deserve their own video. And if we do get more action scenes / chases with these guys, I'll report it, and then we have even further confirmation that these guys are supposed to be Autobots. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Anyways, guys, before we go, shout out to our amazing patrons: TrueBlue712, Stitch Productions, Stephanie Baller, Christopher Prime, Predaking Hunter Plays, Mario Gordon, Allspark Studios, Scrub Lordo, Epic Nin, and special thanks to our big bold patrons, Jordan the Great and X23, who donated a amount of money. I'll leave you guys to wonder how much they did. Thank you guys for your support, it's much appreciated. It helps me keep the channel running and feed Squeaker, and if you guys want to donate to our Patreon, link to it is going to be in the description down below and in the comments down below, along with the channels of my patrons, so you guys can go and check them out. I collab with some of them sometimes. Scrub Lord. And if you guys want me to shout you out, put a link to your channels, suggest your own videos, or collab with me in some of my videos or your videos, vice versa, doesn't matter. The link to our Patreon is going to be in the description down below and in the comments down below for you guys to check out if you're interested. But keep in mind that this is entirely optional. So yeah, thank you to my patrons for donating, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys.